Hey everybody, this is your host, Living Dead Cat, and tonight is going to be, that's right, general discussion. It's the first Tuesday of the month, so we're going to take a break from mental health and talk about whatever we want. Because something that's good for mental health is also just chatting with friends. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and unmute myself in Discord. Hi everybody, how's it going?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. It was a little rough earlier, but you know what? That's what you got to deal with sometimes. Gonna go ahead and say hello to everybody here. Looks like we've got a Drelix.
Hello.
Panther.
That's me.
And Chef. How's it going?
Whatever.
Okay, sounds like we're gonna have some talking to do. Need I remind everybody with the topics and politics going on right now, let's try to step aside from that content tonight because tensions are already raised, and we want this to be nice, chill, mellow, happy-go-lucky type of stream. Let's bring some positivity into the air.
All right.
Or at least attempt it. You know, we could always just stick a banana in our ear and go from there.
That's what these earbuds feel like.
Let me go ahead and give my shout outs a call. We got Spanner in the works. Without them, I wouldn't even be here in the streaming realm. Thank you so much. And then there's the Tower of Issa. They helped create my VTubers for Living Dead Cat and Kit Bane. And Kay Appleby for creating my banner, Kitsue for working on the digital logo for Dragon Panther Studios. I don't have it saved on my computer just yet to post, but I will soon. And then, of course, DPS, also known as Dragon Panther Studios. And also wouldn't be here without the Sanctuary. Thank you guys for all of your support, for being such a wonderful place. Hopefully Gray will be able to hop on here soon and give a little insight to how his day's been going. So if you guys haven't noticed, I don't have any kind of sketchy things. I'm kind of got some thumbtacks here and a block of styrofoam with random design all over it. Gonna show y'all something that I have been working on.
Okay.
So this one's not finished because I ran out of thumbtacks for it, but look, dragon eggs! It's so cute! I need some more for the top.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very pretty. It's very cute. And then the big boy over here. Whomp. This is a medium size.
That's the medium?
Yes, this is... Whoops, hang on. Some stuck to it here. There we go. This one is a medium-sized egg compared to this one. So the large...
Okay, definitely looks like a medium now.
Is gonna be like that.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
That's a size difference.
Yeah, and so this is all sparkly and things, but it's got this really cool ability. Black light. Ooh, hang on, let me turn off my lamp so you can see it a little better.
How do you spell apprentice?
APPRENTACE or ICE? ICE. Black light. It's not quite easy to see in the camera, but it is definitely glowing. It's much prettier in person. I need to get a better camera set up or something. This one's just barely okay. So, yeah, I'm going to work on the next one that apparently I've commissioned, which is black and red.
That sounds familiar.
Wait a minute. Did I hear? I heard somebody chuckle. I thought it was a gray. Hydro Girl, how's it going? I know things have been a little rough, but you don't have to speak if you don't want to. But welcome. You're always welcome here. Chef, quit beating up on your mic.
I had to turn the Twitch to chat only, otherwise it's going to give me feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I have one up on the side to make sure the video doesn't cut out or whatnot, and I just have the volume turned all the way down on it.
I'm using my phone. I'm not on multiple screens.
Gotcha. No big deal, no big deal. How are you doing? Is everything okay?
Today was better than yesterday. I actually managed to eat.
That's good.
So my appetite's coming back. The emotions are pretty strong. They come and they go. The weird part, I guess, is the auto pilot, going to bed at a specific time so that all the lights are out so that he would come out and play, and getting up and checking to see that he did all of his things during the night in his bed and ate his food and everything in the morning. Those are no longer things. And yet that was the first thing I did this morning, and that's gonna take a minute.
Yeah, it's never easy when we have to say goodbye to a loved one, whether a four-legged or two-legged or no-legged. And very deeply sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I do have an announcement to make. I have been asked by my work to speak on behalf of the safety department for Health and Wellness Week, and to focus my topic on mental health. So
Yeah, that's a heck of an honor there. Do you have any idea how you want to go about doing it?
yeah, I've got my work laptop at home, so after I'm done with the stream, I'm gonna hop on and start working on a PowerPoint presentation. I was able to have a meeting with the head of safety and give him pretty much my 2 cents, which was 3.5 to 4 pages long. So there.
Mental health ever.
Yeah, I could go on for days, and I actually said that, and he said, well, I mean, we're going to do it on the 3rd week of May, so you technically have four days that you can use. I'm like, oh, yeah, I will try not to skip out on my own job that much, but it's like, 5-10 minutes during one of our big ops calls and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna at least do 2 days because there's too much information for just one. But I am very glad that there are so many people that are mental health advocates at work. One of the gentlemen that I just met started recently within another branch of our company, runs a support group for veterans with severe cases of PTSD. So I talked to him for a little while, and one of my other coworkers.
Music's not too loud, is it? Oh, you got your headphones on. You want it ready?
I do hear something. Oh, not from yours though.
My brother said hi, by the way.
Hi, how's it going?
He went back to cleaning some soda he has spilled near his PS4.
Yeah, I probably don't want to have that anywhere close to the electronics.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, anybody listening in and tuning in, is my music too loud? I was able to tweak a bit on my microphone settings, and I think I got it to be a little more coherent, perhaps?
I don't hear much in the music, so it's definitely not the story being me.
So, another interesting happening was got to see a really good movie this weekend. Everything,
Oh, yes.
Everywhere, all at once. I am not going to say anything in terms of detail other than, yeah,
I'm going this weekend to see it.
it's very
Um,
good, very worth it, and there's a strange nuance to it that makes it just absolutely delightful.
Only
Right.
one? There are.
You're the only one. I was there with you. Do you mind if I gave one of my spoiler-free bits on it?
Spoiler free as long as that's it, yeah.
I'm really good at that. The R rating on this one is really hard R. Don't bring the kids to this one.
Yes, I
Even if
agree.
they could learn something from it, don't bring them to this one.
Yes, totally agree.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
I would say 17 to 18 and up only. Maybe 16 if they're mature, but definitely not a boy. Boys mature slower. It's been scientifically proven.
Are you kidding? We stay at the age of 13 for the rest of our freaking lives.
Nah, I mean, if your child is mature enough, or I should say if your older teenager is mature enough, then I could see bringing them, but that is definitely one, it's R rating. And I know it looks like I'm just stabbing a bunch of thumbtacks in here, but wait, there's more. I guarantee there's more to it than this, but this is step 1 to my dragon eggs.
You know what I love most about being a chef?
What do you love most about being a chef?
How we mess around with letterings.
With
I mean, we have our own NRA, National Restaurant Association.
letterings?
We have our own CIA, Culinary Institutes of America.
Cute.
We definitely have a sense of humor when it comes to that sort of thing. It's like, what will you think of next?
You know what? I'll keep that one.
So yeah, the FBI, the Food and Beverage Initiative.
I'll have to look it up, but I'm not at all going to be surprised if that popped up somewhere.
My boss is FBI, Facebook investigator.
Mm-hmm.
She stalks new people just for a day. Make sure we get to know them before they get there.
Hey, I'll get there, my brother.
Oh yeah. Cleaning stuff up. That's the only reason why I moved your chair out the way.
I'm
Is
trying
he
to
going
think
to join
what-
in this time? Perhaps not.
I'm trying to think what year I last posted on Facebook, because I'm not confident in the answer.
So, just under $40.
Just under $40. What?
Who to what?
I don't know.
I'm not even gonna ask. He's like, is that the price for
Sorry, a
an
bunch
extra?
of people came down to the basement all of a second, and I had my mic muted.
Ah, gotcha. Hi, Panther. How is Peach? I'll find out in a minute. Not really much to talk about when there's not a full-on topic. It's weird. I think it's because there's so much going
Well-
on in the world right now.
Well, you said so yourself. You wanted this to be a positive, upbeat kind of night if possible. Right?
Yeah, start telling dad jokes.
No, I was just
that-
saying.
That is a floodgate. The permission once given cannot be easily revoked.
I was going to talk about my graduation. Well,
Yes.
That too.
yeah, I'm going to be a chef. Well, I've been training as one for a little while, and I'm technically hired as one for right now, but the place I'm currently working out is being pretty done with scheduling and wants to try to blame me whenever they schedule me wrong. So I've already got an interview tomorrow for something else.
Congratulations on the interview. Sorry it had to come to that, but you know what? Moving on is part of, growing in your field.
Yeah, like I say, you've got have to find a place that's not too exploitative of the workers because it's post-pandemic. If anybody's going to go to work, they shouldn't have to act like it was before then.
Mm-hmm.
As well as an actual master chef who gives a darn about training somebody. Mine currently doesn't, not by much. It just gives them lip service.
So, graduation. Yeah. What's that going to be like? Is it at some big fancy hotel or?
Oh, I'm just going to work in a pancake house.
No, graduation. Where's it going to be?
Oh, the Fort Worth Convention Center. And it's going to be crowded and a bit of a pain, but I'll get through it. And then I'm going to take time with people I enjoy the time with a lot to eat sushi afterwards.
Yay! Sushi sounds delicious.
That's a little more important to me at this point.
What, sushi?
Yes. It's sushi. How is that not more important?
Sushi is life.
You're gosh darn right. Paraphrased, mind you. Beyond that, not too much here. I've discovered the love of Steam, and maybe a little too much.
The love of what?
Steam games,
Steam games. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not hear that correctly. I was about to say, this is a family show.
I mumble occasionally, especially when my sinuses are kicking my butt between rain sessions.
Yeah.
Enough said there.
At least it got cooler.
It definitely got cooler. I had to go out there to the sub courthouse in my area because the post office lost my car registration sticker.
Yeah.
And I was like, do I actually need a jacket? What time of year is it? I don't need to have to wear a jacket anymore.
It's 7th autumn. Don't you know that?
Welcome.
It's what?
Hi, Squishy. Welcome.
With the most adorable Okami I've ever seen in my life.
I love Okami. That was one of my favorite games for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
So beautifully done.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way that they could have ever done any kind of cell shading.
Yeah, except for Wind Waker, maybe, which was one of my favorites. I didn't care what the graphics would have been. I just loved the nautical theme. It felt great.
I am too biased towards the artistic, what is it called?
What, Twilight Princess? Or Breath of the Wild?
For Okami. The traditional style of the art and the writing and things like that. I don't remember the exact name of that style. It's not like just Japanese, but there's a name for it. Panther probably knows.
What is it that I'm knowing?
Ukiyo-e?
The art style.
Ukiyo-e?
Huh?
Yeah.
Ukiyo-e.
Thank you. That's it.
Ukiyo-e.
Ukiyo-e.
Yes.
Yes. I love that style.
It's really pretty too, by the way.
Yeah, and I think they really captured that well in Okami.
It was the first art styling in Greater Asia that was made specifically for mass printing, especially for wood print blocks.
And it was also the first recorded hentai.
Yes, very important. Very
On
important.
time?
Very important.
Very. Erotica can be a form of art, even if
It absolutely. Erotica is art. There's also, the other stuff, but we're not going to get into that.
Of course, this is still a family-friendly stream, just opening the minds of those who are inquiring.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
Asked you.
And only opening their minds.
That's it.
So many comments for folks. So many comments for folks.
So Squishy, how are you doing?
I'm here.
I'm I'm dropping tacks everywhere. I know as soon as I stand up, I'm going to find them all.
Yeah, that's how that works sometimes.
I hope you find him before the cat does.
Damn, she's not kidding.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he walks so lightly under my desk, and you know, he pretends to sneak over here that I don't think he would be able to even put enough weight on one to do any harm to himself.
Oh, whoops. Oh.
You alright?
I'm thinking
What are you thinking?
about how to do this homework assignment I'm doing.
Oh. I'm distracted.
More to the left, and the answer is 7.
If I try to drag that much into a Word document, it'll throw everything off center. How do you rotate text in MS Paint?
You can rotate text in Word.
I know, I'm messing with you.
I always overused word art. That was my favorite thing to throw in there.
It's only overused if there's objectively too much of it, which is a quantity that doesn't exist. So you. I had an odd experience yesterday of discovering that the most uncomfortable thing that could happen was that absolutely nothing happened for 2 hours. I was...
Oh, yeah.
A piece of my work involves going into a classified area where you need to leave any electronic devices that can transmit, so my phone, my watch, everything at the door, and then I got in, and someone we had someone visiting whose escort required because policy was a closed area, and the person who was escorting says, "Hey, I got a meeting in like 10 minutes. Can you sit here and be the escort for just a little while? It should only be like 20 minutes." And I'm like, okay, sure. I had me come to talk to this person anyways. So sure, I can, sit here for 20 minutes while you go take that call. So 20 minutes passed, and I like, in the first 5, I said everything I needed to the guy I came to see. And I was like, okay, I can sit here for 15 minutes and have my job be paid to sit here. No. That is literally the worst thing that you can possibly do to someone with ADHD. So 2 hours later, as I'm sitting there watching someone else do work with I'm like, he's busy and working, and so I can't really chat with him, and I don't have a notebook that I can just sit and doodle in, and I don't have my phone, I don't have anything else, and I'm only lightly climbing the walls, and I can't leave either because that would be a violation of security policy. And so I discovered that, when in doubt, those chairs are just barely comfortable enough to sleep in. And that I never, ever, 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 ever want to do that again. Learning experience. And then right as the end of the day was rolling around, and I'm like, okay, something must have come up. He got pulled into something. Okay, I'm like, I'm sorry, but you need to pack up. I need to get back to my desk. And we pack up and we're about to leave, and the first guy comes back and says, "Yeah, sorry, the call went long. Everyone was just going around in circles talking about nothing." And I'm like,
poor guy. Well, at least you got a nap.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how secure that would have been if somebody needed an escort while you were dozing.
I can detect sedition in my sleep. Just watch me. Here, try to do something seditious.
I don't want to.
See, you have effectively been stopped.
See, but you would be expecting it.
I keep hearing a chuckle that's faint and distant, and I swear it's like I can hear Gray. Has anybody seen him?
No, that's me chuckling.
I know, but it's like Gray needs to be here.
I think Gray needs the day.
He needs to pick me up.
I think he needs the day.
Yeah, probably. Have you been chatting with him?
No, but I understand the feeling.
Yeah, this is true. So, other than all of that fun stuff going on in the world, is anybody looking forward to this weekend?
It's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
Is
gonna be
anybody
like
looking forward to
95.
being indoors this
No.
weekend?
9.
I have a single shift to do Saturday. We'll be doing a whole lot of prep before the next series of baseball games. But by Sunday, I won't have anything to do.
98 degrees on Saturday, 99 on Sunday.
I plan to stay in the air conditioning.
I am upset because it is cool outside right now, which is fair weather, and I'm not going to get to have fair weather during fair. And I'm not happy about that.
Oh, are you going to Kirby this weekend?
I have a season's pass. I go every weekend, so long as the weather is not too hot. And because I don't sweat well, this is going to be too hot. The further we get into the season, the hotter it gets. So I'm running out of weekends.
I was thinking of maybe going this weekend, and it looks like I won't be able to go next weekend.
Yeah,
Plans.
I'm not going to be able to go this weekend with it being that hot. My body will not tolerate that temperature in all that garb because I'm expected to dress up in my costuming.
That sounds like it would be fun. I don't have any costuming, so I probably won't be meaningfully dressing up this trip, but
No, they offer costuming for folks who have never been before. They offer costuming that you can rent out for the day if you want to just try something out to play with. And then, of course, there's tons of shops there. If you find, as you're people watching, if there's specific styles that you really enjoy, where you can go then buy your own garb.
Yep, that's one thing I always loved about Scarby.
I recommend being a normal patron and going and checking out the people watching for the costuming to see what styles you really like the best, and then just ask them what shops they shopped at.
is there any rules about bringing weapons to Scarborough? Not guns. I have a sword.
All
Keep it
swords
sheathed.
must be sheathed and peace-tied in order to come into fair.
Okay, I might need to also make a sheath then.
Yes.
Question: was it that way for even like wooden and dull-edged swords, like handmade swords?
They
Dull
made
edge,
me
yeah.
a sword.
Huh?
Sorry.
My
Dull edge-
sword
go
would be sheathed and peace-tied.
Okay.
What does peace tide mean?
Tied to your belt, pretty much. Or
Peace-tied means that the top, no, peace-tied means that the top strap that connects to the sheath is literally tied off where you cannot pull the weapon actually out of the sheath.
A zip tie is the cheapest way to do that.
Correct. So the peace tying, the reason why I say it was awkward for me and my sword is because I'm a dancer and that sword goes on top of my head. It can't stay peace tied for me to do a show. So it was weird. Yeah.
Did you do that down at TRF too?
Yes.
I saw your show.
I did not dance this year.
Oh, okay.
I didn't go to TRF this year. I danced. The last TRF I danced at was 2019. And I would dance at the what is the coffee shop in
Duh.
Red
Not
Lion
Minecraft
Tavern.
Zombies.
the tobacco thingy, the hookah lounge,
Mm.
Puffin, the Puffin. So yeah, I would dance at the Puffin.
Yeah.
So but I only did a weekend show. I would go out there Halloween weekend and would dance with the coven of TRF, and we would do our witch flash mob, and then I would join my friend Cher at the Puffin and dance with her as a guest spot, doing the Fat Chance belly dance dialect. And sometimes Kimberly would play with me too, Kimberly Larkspur.
Okay. That'll do it.
Awesome.
But yeah,
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
it's good to know that I would need to bring a sheath. I've been hoping to show that that's a place that I can show off the sword I made. But it's good to know before I showed up that I would need a sheath for it.
If it is a sharpened sword, it's not allowed to come with a sheath.
If it's not sharpened anymore,
If it's metal, it needs to be tough.
yeah,
It's going to stay peacetime. They're very
Particular about it.
yes.
Quite strict,
Oh.
yes.
Especially with the amount of rude folks that have come through that cannot hold their boots and get in fights.
that is completely reasonable.
They couldn't hold their mead.
Nope. There's one too many bee stings. That would be a mixture of mead and cider.
Yep. Those are good.
No.
Somebody was asking for one. They called it a bee sting, a BEASTING, a bee sting. And we're like, that's not what it is. But close. Sound, yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know. And then, so I might still go this weekend. I might go not next weekend, not the 14th, but the 21st then.
Yes. So many plans have shifted around that I don't think I'll be hitting Scarby this year either. Especially with the
want
heat.
to go at least once, because I've been wanting to go to a Ren Fair for a few years now, and for various reasons, for a genuine variety of reasons, have not ended up making it out to one yet, and I've never been to a Ren Fair and really want to go.
Well, I've never crawled around in a pyramid, but you don't hear me complaining. No, I'm kidding. I still can't believe you got to do that. I'm so jealous.
I need to look to see if there are any photos from back then. Context. I remembered the fact that I've been inside one of the pyramids of Giza when I was younger. And mentioned it in passing the other day to Kit.
Yeah, you've been to more countries than I could ever dream of going. It's ridiculous, but I can't wait to hear all the stories.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This may not be the ideal venue for them, but they are definitely forthcoming at a future time. Also, I'll need to remember some of them.
Well, it is general discussion night. We could talk about anything. So, other than your obvious, round the world travel in 80 days, does anybody else have any traveling in their future?
Not here.
That they would like to share? I know come Halloween, I'm really hoping to be able to make a trip up to Colorado.
To go see a certain...
And Halloween.
What'd you say, Hydra?
Oh, there's
What's
not even in
happening
the
in
chat anymore.
Halloween?
I was
What?
hoping he'd chime in. So it'll be going up to see Panther and Peach. It is a costume wedding event. And hoping Gray and Brandy can make it. We were kind of talking about it a few months ago when it first came about. Oh no, I have a single hair out on my brush. Go away.
Oh, are you about to start phase 2? Or you've been going. I hadn't noticed.
Yep, just been painting away. I finally found a decent gloss acrylic. It's pretty
Perfect.
nice.
What I didn't know was that she was left-handed.
I'm not. It's the camera. I have to face it down, but for you guys to see it face up, it has to flip it.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused.
I have friends visiting in... Well, I have a friend visiting at the end of May, and then I have probably have another friend visiting in July, and I have another friend who I had said, hey, come out and visit, and he said, yeah, sure, let me figure out when, and we still haven't worked out the details yet, but I love having, it's not exactly a spare room, it's more of a spare bed in the living room, but that's sufficient to be able to tell people, come hang out for a weekend, it'll be fun.
Use your crash pad.
Mm-hmm. Mostly so that I can then turn around and when I decide, who do I know in South Carolina? Yeah, Madeline's there. That it's that they're returning the favor versus I'm just randomly informing them that I'm going to be crashing. But yeah, I've got that's travel is in my future, but not for me, for other people to me. Wait, ooh, that actually won't quite be at the end of. That'll be the 28th, and Scarby's on till the 30th.
You could take them to Scarby.
I'm going to need to bring that up with them because I think they would love to go to them.
Yeah,
So.
I haven't been in quite a few years, at least a decade, and I know things have changed since the last time I went.
I'd
Lots of
imagine
politics in that
in the last 3 years.
I knew the lady who used to be Queen Anne Boleyn out there. She's a firefighter and married to this awesome dude named Alan Hobbs. He runs Dark Hour Haunted House. He used to run Scream's theme park and helped train us out at the haunt that I worked at. He's really good people. Very talented. He would also be the Either the roving idiot or the wandering troll out of the Scarby grounds. He did such a good job at both. He's definitely quite the character. Absolutely adore the man.
Only ate a few children as the wandering troll.
Yeah. I think somebody once had a sign up there that said all unattended children would be fed to the troll. And then he would pose for pictures by the sign.
That's the best part, is leaning into it.
Oh, yeah. You have some fond memories of Scarborough Fair. Let's sigh. Reminiscing is fun when it's good memories. Hey, Peach, Red Panther run off too. She's in the chat.
You seem to be coming along nicely. Do you have a matching red for the black?
Unfortunately, I do not. I'm gonna have to use nail polish. Or I'll have to just go get some more. I need to stop buying paint.
Oh dear. You'll just have to go get more. I'm so sorry.
Well, I also need to get some stuff for my hair because I'm going to go through quite the change soon. I haven't decided exactly the pattern, but it's going to involve 2 colors. A very deep, lovely indigo violet type of purple, and a very deep green. Like gorgeous emerald jade mix thing. I just haven't decided on if I should go half and half or just ponytails again. I'm tempted to go half and half.
Yeah, that could look really good. Let's see.
Bring out my inner Joker. All right, funny anecdotes. Squishy, go.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of eating dinner. Try somebody else.
Yeah.
I've thought of an interesting travel story.
Interesting what?
Travel story.
Okay.
So this is when my parents were living in northern Italy at the time, and Dad had a business conference in Barcelona, and we decided that instead of flying there, that he and I together would drive, as some like, hey, let's turn this into a road trip, a mini road trip through Europe, and stop. Which also meant that we got to spend the night in Nice, France. And I gotta say, Nice is nice. It's right on the water, right on the water with a pebble beach, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And I, being the absolute brilliant person that I am, was like, sure, we can, head out for a walk along the beach, but we're walking along the beach rather than sunbathing, which means I don't need sunscreen.
Oh no.
Fortunately, the sunburn took a little while to form, so I didn't notice it right away. And it wasn't too bad when we got to the second part of the story, which was after having spent the night in a quaint French hotel, and we were driving the rest of the way into Barcelona proper, and my dad and I had a whole bunch of lovely different back and forth conversations about all sorts of things, like some more heart-to-heart stuff, some general Europe stuff. I think we had a conversation about the stock market and how exactly the mechanics of puts and calls worked in terms of stock betting.
Normal stuff.
Normal father-son kind of conversations, as you do. We're getting into Barcelona proper, and Dad's got a meeting that he needs to get to. So we're running on time, which is to say, not early like we'd originally planned. And as we're driving into Barcelona, we see another car kind of pull up, come alongside us, and start indicating something and pointing at the car, and we're like, huh? Yeah. And so they indicate for us to pull over, and so we're we've got the car is kind of low-key packed with things because we've got some bags, and because we were gonna stay in Barcelona for a couple of days, and then Dad had business stuff, but my mom and brother were flying over to join us, and so the car was packed. We were traveling, and so we pull over on the side of the road, and the other car pulls over in front of us, and then we didn't think anything of it, and then backs up so their car is a little bit closer to ours. And they get out, and it's two teenage, maybe 20-something Spanish guys who go, English, yes? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh, solo hablo español. I'm like, okay. And they start, and Dad has decided to not get out of the car and sent me to figure out what they wanted, and I'm kind of confused about what's going on, which makes sense later. And they're indicating something about the car, and that they saw something under the car, but it was very confusing, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Hey, Dad, can you make any sense of this? And so Dad grabs the keys, gets out of the car, and that's when the story changes. And they're like, smoke under there, fire, and he's like, this is a new car, there's no way. And then he turns and sees the third guy, who had been hiding in the backseat of the other car, fully leaned into the driver's seat, that because that was them trying to get the keys and carjack us.
Oh wow.
And so in a move that had a lot more bravado than it necessarily did intelligence. Dad, sees Red a little, turns around, physically rips the guy out of the car, and at that point because I was in high school and was had been wrestling back then, hold the guy down, because Dad's like, what the, and use some words that I will not repeat here. And the other two guys are have their hands over, going, all good, I'll find no harm, all good, I'll find it. And we're still reeling because we thought that they looked like they were doing us a favor. Suddenly it turns out that they were carjacking us, and also now we have their third friend pinned down, and they're and suddenly they're on the back foot, which would be good, is not necessarily the best of ideas, because they are okay, let our friend go, no harm, no foul, and immediately jump in their car and speed off. And we're just left there going, that just happened. And to the fact, we made a couple of realizations. One, when we pulled over, they pulled their car, they pulled over and backed their car up so that their car was closer, so that the guy hiding in the back could get between cars faster while they confused us. Two, that all of that was a bad idea if any one of the three of them had a weapon of any kind.
Oh, yeah.
That if they had a knife or a gun, or we weren't quite as physically imposing and also adrenaline-induced strength at the time, that could have very easily gone a different way. Okay. Fortunately, it got fine. Only because of the two of us, Dad is worldly enough to, one, think that might have been the case from the start, two, have taken the keys with him when he got out of the car, and three, did not have our passports sitting in the center console like most tourists do. That, because that third guy was in the front, was not sitting in the car, but was chest on the seat, digging around, looking for wallet, passport, car key, anything, for 10 seconds before we noticed. And only because that stuff was safely stored did it not get stolen. Which, so we were fine, and everything was fine, and we went on to, and then Dad went to his meeting, and then afterwards we both we just kind of sat there and said, that was the freebie, that was the life lesson, that was the learn this happened once, you didn't have to learn this the hard way. What, life lesson, don't, be aware that this is a thing. And that, as a life lesson, I'm okay, I now know what carjacking is and some of what to look for, and I'm a more aware and less clueless person for it.
Well, I'm glad that went in y'all's favor. I will be right back. I need to rinse out this brush so I can put it away and get to the next color. So, excuse me. Y'all can keep talking. Feel free.
I'll say, for the rest of the trip, Barcelona was wonderful. There was lovely beaches and the hotel, and the people are nice, and there was probably a bunch of other stuff that, me being somewhat young and rather naive, I didn't see, but Barcelona was lovely, and fortunately, also, my sunburn took until about the car ride back to be excruciatingly bad across all of my back. So I had a lovely time that trip, and genuinely had a bunch of good conversations and some genuine bonding with my dad that ended up being a fantastic time. That I'm very fortunate things worked out the way that they did, but I also have liked to think that, I don't know, it's irrational, but I am of the opinion that I have an above average luck stat. Like, genuinely, that, like, I don't believe in fate or determinism or anything that would cause this, but I also, like, feel like I have enough circumstantial evidence that I can't deny that, things tend to work out for me. Things tend to work out. I'll open good cards at Magic. I was playing D&D with my friends, and I may have had some plus stats, but I managed to roll a 16 on 2d6 more than once in the campaign.
I'm going to see how this works out. I've got like a metallic red, so we'll see.
So I don't know. I'm like, it's also led me to my philosophy of being ambiently happy, which I find a very useful mental tool to have across a lot of times. I realized a long time ago that I have a large amount of control over my emotional state. If particularly, depending on how I view things and what I focus on, sure, it's I had a good day other than that one thing, or oh my god, that ruined my day. How I choose to view the world affects my feelings, and how I'm feeling affects how I interact with the world, and that things tend to work out better with a positive attitude. And so I turned that into my philosophy of being ambiently happy, where it's not that I'm, I don't have mood ranges, I'm not, or that I don't react to things, just that my homeostasis point, my when I'm like, okay, no major events today is, no major events today. Everything's fine. It's great. I'm happy. And I don't know if that's just a particular me brain thing, or if that's a philosophy that other people could also adapt and adopt for themselves. But I don't know. If you can, I would highly recommend it. It also helps that I don't have any form of clinical depression that makes that a lot more difficult. Not that I don't have my share of other mental particularities, but I've managed to at least dodge depression and anxiety for the most part.
Yes, glad you dodged those bullets.
Nani? Wait, hold up. Oh. I was just figuring out why my phone was being a bit dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
How is your dad, by the way?
Me or
How's the old goofball doing?
I was gonna say, how my dad is doing. You met him yesterday.
Yeah, definitely a character.
See, now you know where I get that from.
No, not at all.
It's genetic. I can't escape. Not that I would want to.
It's awesome. to get to meet parents who have a great sense of humor, are supportive, even if begrudgingly so.
Incredibly performatively supportive.
Do what?
I said he's
What?
on the contrary, he's incredibly performatively supportive.
Performatively supportive. I like that. What was it that he said, that he pretends to be a good dad?
He does a very good impression of one.
There you go. Does a very good impression of a good dad.
Of a loving father.
A loving father. There it is. He's definitely.
Another lies. No, I'm messing.
No.
I'm messing.
That's great.
Yeah, I absolutely could not stop laughing. Were you donor 1 or donor 2?
I'm the older brother, so he was explaining that, like, yeah, no, growing up, he would he said, yeah, I always had a purpose for having kids. Here, Alex, come say hi. What's your nickname? Bear Parts 1. For when he gets old and needs so that he knows he'll have a matching organ donor.
See, my parents always said that they had kids to be able to run errands and do things around the house.
Oh yeah, no, free labor was also absolutely another listed benefit of that.
Yeah. Kids make good gophers. Not just for popping their heads up in your business.
I'm alright.
Groundhog Day.
Nice. Nice.
I had my own Groundhog Day when I was in grade school, living in Louisville. I would wake up and my alarm was a radio alarm, so it would turn on and whatever was playing on the radio at the time was my alarm. And back then, mid to late 80s, I guess. Or I guess it would be late 80s. I listened to a lot of country then, because that's what my mom listened to a lot of. So while there was the 80s music, there was also mom's music. And one song played every morning when I was a kid and woke up. And it was, I believe it was Alabama, I'm in a Hurry. Just wake up, soon as that alarm goes off, it's that song. And it was almost like having, reliving the same day over and over, because it was pretty tedious back then. It was, get up, get dressed, have breakfast, go to school, same classes every day.
Hey, I'm
every day.
gonna head out. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Goodbye.
Glad you came. Get some good sleep. So yeah, that was my Groundhog Day. It was kindergarten, elementary school, whatever.
I always try to make sure that something interesting happens. If not every single day, then at least once a week. And that if nothing interesting is going to happen on its own, then I'm going to make it happen anyway.
Oh, so is that your explanation for last week? Kidding.
That's my explanation for the last 6 months. As I said earlier, The most the meanest thing you could
Very
do
nice.
is make me bored.
Hey, Jasper. You definitely cannot come up here. This is wet paint. I don't need to put paw prints all over the apartment.
Nice.
No. No. Don't. I see you sniffing. I sense presence. Well, it's not too red, but maybe it'll work for who this is for. I am so sorely tempted to start selling these.
Don't turn your hobbies into jobs. That's how they stop being.
Dude.
Not like get a big Etsy thing or whatnot. It's like, hey, you want dragon egg? $10. Something easy. Doesn't have
Well,
to
that's
ship.
what I do with my jewelry.
Yeah, just local.
Yeah.
Kind of word of mouth it.
Mhm.
That way it's still a fun hobby and it doesn't feel like work.
Oh, in that case, Squishy, I might actually want to talk to you about. It sounds like I thought I was going to get a piece made by a friend who I was going to see in New Hampshire, but that looks like that's not in the cards. So I might be in the market for a piece of jewelry similar to what I have seen from you. We can talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you already know that I want something.
Yeah, you described something at some point. I'm still trying to figure out exactly.
Yeah, I kind of went all over the place with it.
Yeah. It's okay.
And I will totally be your guinea pig to help you figure out headpieces and things like that. Ask Growlithe, I like being guinea pig for things. I'm a good model.
I have proof on this.
And you take wonderful pictures.
Oh. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Very
Alan,
nice.
what are you doing?
You don't want to know.
Uh-oh. This is
Come
family
here.
friendly.
It is. I'm messing with you. Come on. I felt like doing something from Guardians of the Galaxy. I just sound like Rocket Raccoon when he gets his gun. Oh. Yeah. Bow! Only vaguely. Yeah. Boo!
That was a
And I need that guy's leg.
good
What is it about you and prostheses?
I got the leg. I didn't need it.
You actually got the leg.
Alright, boys.
I mean, actually, especially I turn now that I think about it, I may have a few different things to talk to you about because I also know that there was those gloves that you were working on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to get back to that.
No rush, no rush. Like,
I was working on them one night and my hands started doing weird stuff, so I had to stop.
oh,
Are they cramping up?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. I hate that. That's Howie.
actually, Kitty, could you bring your gloves tomorrow?
Yes.
I'd like to actually have a look. Well, one, Yeah, generally, can you bring them? 2, I'd be curious to have a look at the way that they are constructed myself.
I don't
Whoa.
plan to turn them inside out,
Whoa.
but because I don't know if that's going to damage the integrity of them.
I can look from without fully inverting them.
Yeah. Shove a
Just
flashlight
listen.
camera in there.
I mean, yeah,
I know
that's
that there's
All right, boys.
I know there's some kind of cap that's in there for each finger.
No.
I
yeah.
bet this sounds wonderful to any of the viewers out there going, what the heck kind of gloves are these?
So close.
I'm still just sitting here listening to the noises Alex is making.
Yeah, that too.
You really gotta work in plausible deniability there.
Very much so. That's what you get for not turning on your cameras.
Okay.
Well,
I just like I like just let your imaginations work on that one.
I'm not turning mine on until after the stream is done.
Understandable.
And don't worry, yours shouldn't show up in the stream. Oh my goodness, it's collapsed.
Did your egg break?
No, I'm gonna give a little insight to the viewers as to what glove we're talking about.
Oh god, the egg hatched. You're a very proud mother now.
My egg didn't hatch. But in terms of the gloves that they are speaking of, camera screen up here so I can see what I'm doing. It's these lovely little things. These little metal tipped claw gloves.
They give fantastic back scratches.
Oh, and head
Also
scratches.
works great for costume.
Wasn't that what you originally found? So, yeah, they essentially have like thimbles on the inside, right?
I think so, but there's also like this plastic type of thing. Those might be thimbles.
I mean, it's
They
essentially
look like it.
Essentially.
But that gives the extra integrity,
Mm-hmm.
strength to the claw. I got these off of Etsy. Vixie Den, Vixyden, I believe. Very well made.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I went that direction, probably have to get a Dremel tool.
Or borrow one.
I was gonna say, let me check if I have one.
I knew you were going to say that.
I collect tools. You never know when they might be useful, or when they're not useful but still amusing.
Like when you get all the power tools and your brother gets all the batteries for them.
You joke, but there's a non-zero chance that is legitimately in the will now.
Silicone finger protectors.
They feel like plastic.
I am genuinely convinced that Dad is actually going to split it 51%, 49%.
I still say he should do 49-49 and tell you guys it'll be 51 and 49 and let you guys duke it out. And then give 2% to some random thing. Like, I don't know, charity.
It's more the principle about the fact that it's not actually quite fair.
I think that is absolutely hilarious.
It's, like, Jared won't care, and he knows it'll bug me.
That's even better.
There we go. That looks more like something that would work. I could get him tomorrow. Gotta love Prime.
Yep. Well, for the efficiency of it, at least.
Yes. Oh, sunburn is itchy.
Oh no. I think one of my coworkers had a sunburn too. I'm like, am I the only one who doesn't like to go out during the bright?
I like riding my motorcycle in the daytime so that there are fewer animals that might like to jump in front of me. Considering the number of dead armadillos I saw on the road. It's so sad. 'Cause they don't hurt anybody.
No, but a lot of them jump up under the car if you scare them.
Oh yeah.
So you got a sidecar for that thing?
No,
Why not?
because it's my first motorcycle ever.
Oh. I was gonna say, I could help get a sidecar and go for a ride. I've always wanted to be in a sidecar and a motorcycle. I don't know why. Thank you, cartoons.
It's almost definitely fair.
Yeah, probably. I think I need to start looking for a new camera because this one keeps like flashing and glitching. And it's not that. I mean, it's less than a year old. I don't know if I'll be able to put an egg together, but I definitely am going to finish painting these before I end the stream. Because it's not taking it.
I've got to stop at about 9 o'clock when I'm going to be getting a call from my brother, because catching up with him is great, but a real pain because he's out in California, which means time zones. I will say, that is one of the downsides of having a family that you need to keep track of, not just with a calendar, but a globe, is that keeping track of what time zone all of your family members are in, and it not even being necessarily a definitive answer.
An ever-changing flow of time.
Because I had to, like 2 weeks ago, Dad was took a trip to France because, well, one, he had to do some work. He was able to finagle that into a vaguely work trip, but also he visited Champagne, the one that Champagne is named after, to do a champagne tasting. And so keeping track of how many hours forwards that was, so what a reasonable and unreasonable time to call and say, hey, how's it going would be.
I understand they have apps for that now.
Well, the problem is not just calculating the time, but also having to remember which setting I need to put it to. And then a week later he's in New Hampshire, and then he was visiting my brother out in the Bay Area, and then if it was just one time zone, I could keep a second clock on my phone, but yeah, no, listen, I have to keep track of my family with a calendar and a globe.
I'll just put GPS on them. You'll be alright. It'll do all that for you. kind of working out all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Red.
Jolix, what's your favorite kind of plant?
Random.
Favorite kind of plant?
Perhaps
I
a
feel like-
tree, a shrub, a sprig.
I feel like I should have there should be an obvious. This feels like the kind of question I have already figured out and then forgotten the answer to. But I'm going to go. Oh, I wish it was that. I'm gonna go with piranha plant from Mario.
Okay.
Any? I was like, you're welcome to give additional context to that question, but that's certainly not required.
Well, what I was hoping to do didn't work, so let me try something different. What's your astrological sign?
Leo, I believe.
Interesting. What about you, Kitty?
My favorite plant or zodiac?
Either.
Well, if it's a tree, it's a weeping willow. If it's a weed, it's a thistle. If it's just a flower in general, it's a mimosa. Or a passion flower. Those are really cool looking. But for zodiac, I've been told I'm on the cusp of Aries and Taurus. Fire and earth. I absolutely love water and flying.
I'm hearing blue-white flyers deck. My canon will turn everything into a magic reference if given any amount of leeway.
Yep.
Oh, looks like Chef has dropped off for, according to Steam, luck be a landlord?
Uh-oh. He's been taken. That game is quite addictive.
Yes.
And that's the only game I've added any mods to. Oh,
Oh,
other
what
than
do
Don't Starve Together. Because it's helpful to know where your friends are.
Yeah.
I've recently been getting into mostly quality of life modded Slay the Spire.
Panther plays Slay the Spire. He's really good at it.
I'm okay at it. I'm certainly not playing the high ascension levels, mostly because I like winning all of my runs versus only having a 40% completion success rate. But I like to think I'm pretty decent at it, and there's a bunch of really good quality of life mods, like Googly Eyes.
Of course.
Did you know on the slimes that they
Flipping course, man.
that they put a googly eye on all 8 of the slime eyes, and that most cards are much more ridiculous when they have googly eyes on them. It's wonderful. I will it's now absolutely required to be playing with googly eyes on.
I had a giant pair of googly eyes on my balcony door for a long time till they finally fell off. Just a random pair of giant googly eyes. you eating?
Skittles. Just trying to be
I'm
quiet.
Kit. I respond to food rustling accordingly. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have painted thumbtacks. We got a nice shiny black and a nice, hard to tell, but shimmery garnet. Alright, I think I'm going to call it from there. This is a good productive one. I think this is perfect for me to just sit and do these during streams now. Because that's ready for an egg once it dries completely. And so I think I'll wait for these to completely dry and put them in a separate container, do another one, because I have 2 requests for black and red eggs.
Oh.
So I think the other one, though, I will include this. Bewitched Autumn Red. It's one of the iridescents that's got like a brownish red and then like a purple shimmer. Not easy to see on the camera.
No.
Dang it. And then the black. Oh, where is it? Not neon. Where is it? Metallic. Ah, there it is. And the black is almost like a navy shimmer iridescent. There, you can kind of see that iridescent. So I may do that. I've also got other metallics. I've got these. Ooh, yeah, here's another one. I've got an obsidian that's very shiny metallic. And then there's the dragonfly glaze, which you can't see at all. Let me get the other one. Okay, here we go. It dries clear, but it leaves like these iridescent glitter things that go between different colors. Like this one is like gold and drifts into like a greenish blue.
Yeah, you can kind of see it on camera.
Yeah. So I've got those as well. I'm excited to play with my paint.
I was gonna say, Squishy, I feel like that there is going to be a dragon egg in your future. Yes, possibly, maybe.
I also, as you saw in the beginning, have black light paints. And, you know, just a handful of options. They're so pretty. This one, oh my goodness. This is a gorgeous color.
Do you feel like a dragon?
I feel like Laertes.
Kitty, is this officially? Have you started a horde?
That's what I was thinking.
Dude, I've had a horde for generations, for decades now. I have figured out that I am a collector of collections. I have a collection of playing cards. I have a collection of horror memorabilia. I have a collection of keychains. I have a collection of jewelry that I never wear. I have a collection of sketchbooks. I have a collection of coloring books. I have a collection of dragon eggs.
And paints.
I mean, that's not all my collections, but you know, it's kind of fun. But yeah, I collect collections.
I have to be nerdy for just a second.
Do it.
For the horde.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Alright, everybody, thank you for tuning into my stream. This was The Living Dead Cat, and I will be putting together a dragon egg on the next round. perhaps one or two.
Dragon. Hashtag not biased.
Totally not biased. All right, everybody. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll sketch you later.